Incandescent. Happy first day of spring. Heidi, you're gonna have to be good. Okay, back to what I was saying. Happy first day of spring. And I'm out in the sunroom today because it is actually very overcast, and I think this is the best lighting I'm gonna get. Hopefully we're just gonna go with it. Hopefully it's okay, and we'll see. But I wanted to show you a lot of new products that I've gotten recently and talk to you a little bit about them. I got most of these during the month of February, so hopefully they're still around, at least online or in stores, so you can track them down if you're interested. So let's go ahead and get started. I can't believe it's the first day of spring, and yet it snowed in Maryland yesterday. I just had some of my grape hyacinths come up. That's pretty much the only flowers that I've had so far, and they're probably not loving the snow right now. I'll try to insert a clip of them. I'll go outside a little bit later and try to get some from them. Okay, let's talk about this stuff. Actually, I'm gonna start out with something that I've had for more than just February, but I've been using non-stop. This is the Clé de Peau eyeshadow quad in number 306. Loving it, wearing it today on my lids. I pretty much don't use this sparkly silver color. All of the other three colors I use. You can see I've already hit pan in this gorgeous dark purple. That's one of my all-time favorites. I've been loving this black. I even added in with the other quads just because I like a lot of definition to my eye looks. So I wanted to throw that one in because I'm wearing that today, loving it, and wearing it non-stop. Let's start out with some perfume. I couldn't resist picking up the My Burberry. I got it in the 3 fluid ounce size, and I got the festive edition because it was still on the website. I'll put in some close-ups. Basically, it's got gold sparkle in it. I know, it's the same price as the other large 3 size, and I just love this packaging. It is just so stinking gorgeous. Let's just spray. I think it's a classy smell. Love the cap, love everything about it. I mean, of course Burberry would do some gorgeous packaging. I'm thinking you can see the little flecks of gold that are sparkling around in there. And it smells good. I love the smell. I've had the little tiny sample sizes, and I figured, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. I think it was 125. And of course it's the gold festive edition that has the sparkles in it, so that just makes it a little more cutesy. It sits on my vanity, so while I'm getting ready I look at it and it looks cute and whatever. So I was buzzing around Nordstrom and I swung by the Jo Malone counter. I've never been to a counter in person. I've always only ever got the little samplers and love them, and of course usually they were out by the time I would go to actually try to find it. There's one that I've loved for forever, and I've never been able to get the larger version or find another smell of lilac that's just as perfect as that one was. So I'm kind of heartbroken about that. So I was going around and they had their new releases of the herb collections. You can see the packaging is really cute. They've got the different flowers on the back of them. I smelled all of them. I only liked one of them. The others they just weren't right on me. This one's great. It's the Nasturtium and Clover cologne. Something about it is so fresh, and it's not offensive. It's just fresh. And I love it. It's not too flowery. It's more just outdoorsy. I think that's why I liked it. It wasn't flowery, it wasn't woodsy, it wasn't anything. It was just a field. To me, it was just a field. And I like that smell. You can see I've already gone through maybe a third of it. Yeah, I'd say a third. And I only got this in February, so I kind of am thinking I might purchase it again just because I've been loving it so much. This has become my real go-to fragrance, and again, love the cute little packaging, but that, of course, that doesn't matter. But I just like the idea that they went through that, and I've loved seeing the promo pictures of them with all the herbs around them. I just think it's something, you know, cute, fresh, spring-like. I'm on board. So that wraps up my new perfumes that I've gotten. Let's talk about some makeup. Let's start with Lancome. I haven't purchased something from them, maybe ever. I think it's possible that I've never purchased anything from them, but I was sucked in by the Lisa Eldridge video that I saw of the My Parisian collection. So I ordered 3 things from it. Let's start off with the My Parisian blush, and let's talk about this very chic, adorable packaging. It comes in a little tin. This is the color. There were 2 colors. One was something I would naturally have tended towards. It was a rose pink color. Normally I'd get that, but I've been battling this red patch. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on my cheek, and the color is exactly the same when my foundation starts to wear through as that. So I've noticed that a lot of those rosy colored blushes really emphasize it because it's almost the exact same color. So now I've been going more towards a coral, which I never really did before. So aside from the cute packaging, I've been liking the color. Normally, I'm not a coral lover, but ever since I've had that change of heart after the redness in my face, I've been leaning towards coral. Now the texture of this is interesting. It's bouncy but firm, and you can see fingerprints in it as soon as you press into it. Interesting texture, and I'm sure I'll put in a close-up of swatches. So I don't have anything on my actual skin other than foundation, so I'm going to be testing out a lot of these products so that you can see how I've been using them. So let's go for a little bit of this. I'm gonna need a mirror. Let's try putting this on. Of course, with this lighting, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. There we go. So it's a fresh coral color. Interestingly enough, I'm also gonna show you what I was just using as my mirror is the Tom Ford Spring Summer 2016, what do they call it? Shade Illuminate, the new color that they came out with for spring and summer. I did purchase that. It's a very similar color that they have in there. So there we go. It's just simple coral. If you're into those colors, you're probably gonna be into this blush. A lot of times I find this to be a little bit too much because I like a very subtle blush. So I'll just take my foundation, pat over it a little bit so it just peeks through and it's a nice spring flush. I like this color. I think it's really flattering for a lot of people. And it's a very solid product, which is different. I might as well show you the Shade and Illuminate next. Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in the Spring Summer 2016 color. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this color, a little bit similar. So I think these apricot peachy colors for spring obviously are always very fashionable. Now the difference between this new Shade and Illuminate is that it has sparkle in it, and it's a very damp product. The highlight up here just leaves you really wet. There's no real color that comes off. It just is sort of like a Vaseline-y type consistency, so that when you use it to highlight, it just looks damp on your cheek. I really like the shade color, but I use it more as a blush. And of course, very similar color, and it's got some golden glitter in it. And it's just basically a wet look on the cheek, where the My Parisian is a little bit drier looking because it's a drier product. Let's move on to the next thing that I got from the My Parisian, and that is the pastel cubes. This I could not pass up on because it looked probably the most interesting spring release that I've seen from a lot of the makeup companies. Again, it has the same very adorable packaging, and it comes in this tin, and they're little cubes of color that you just run your brush over. Now you could select out, and I've seen some people talk about how they use them partially as eyeshadow. I'm not the type of girl that uses this kind of stuff as eyeshadow. I've been using them on the cheeks. This gives such a glow. It's like you are an angel lit from within. This is great. I've been using this almost every day since I've gotten it. So what I do is I don't try to select out colors. I just do the whole thing with my brush. And you can see it gives you a very neutral, pale pink color when you do them all together. And it's very reflective. So just gonna swirl my brush and all of that, put it on my cheeks. And a lot of times I just wear this alone. I wouldn't use a blush in combination because like I said, this has a very pale pink color to it. Let me get my mirror. I think you're gonna be able to see that on camera, that it is just got a glow to it. I even traveled with this. I went to Colorado a few weeks ago. Each of these little individual cubes have a little plastic part on the bottom. Let me pull one out for you. You can see that. And they've got little tops to them. So I just put the tops on all of them and put them in my carry-on, and they made it through just fine. So I'd call this travel-ish. But then again, I take all my makeup with me when I travel. I'm not one of those people that selectively goes for easy stuff. I just take everything I love with me. Okay, let's move on to some more highlighty stuff that's come out. Let's talk about the Hourglass Strobe lighting powders. I got Incandescent. This is one of more of the pinky versions of the colors. This one, I mean, I'm okay with it. I actually really like the Lancome a lot better. And this one, you can see, does show up as a glow, but it's less sparkly. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add it on because I love a good glow. You can never have too much, in my opinion. We're just gonna go ahead and layer it on top because I also bought the little sponge that comes with it. I think I prefer applying it with the brush. I think I prefer applying it with this brush. I use the sponge. It's good for putting it on, and then you can use it to diffuse it a little bit. I think I really do prefer the brush though for applying. I saw it again on Lisa Eldridge video where she talked about the My Parisian collection, and I had to get it. So it's the Stylo waterproof eyeliner in this bright blue color. It is pretty awesome. I've been using the Charlotte Tilbury Verushka Mink eyeliner pretty much exclusively. I've gone through 2 of those. So then I decided I'm gonna switch it up. So I got this for a pop of color for the lower waterline, and I've worn it a couple of days. It's not something I wear all the time, but I think for spring it's actually pretty cute. It lasts a decent amount. I think it is relatively waterproof. Let me just try to throw this on. You might not even be able to catch it on camera. Woo, make my eyes water. Okay, so there it is. I'll be able to tell when I'm editing this if you can see it on camera versus in person. You can tell it's a pale blue, and it stands out pretty vibrantly. Of course, it does wear off, so I touch it up. It doesn't last through a whole 8-hour workday, but it doesn't look bad when it's wearing off. So, all right, let's talk about one more highlighting thing. The Burberry Spring Summer 2016 Runway palette. These have been all over the place. Everyone's been dying over the packaging. I decided to get it in the color white. God, this packaging is just, I should say design, it's not just packaging. The design on this just makes you never want to use it because it's so perfect. Now the thing is about these is that I've swiped across them a couple of times, and the lace pattern, I'm gonna have to put in a close-up because I don't think you're gonna be able to see it with this lighting from far away. It's pretty perfect. And yeah, I'll go ahead and add some. I've already got those 2 highlighters on, so I do not need any more highlight, but this is just a little bit more bam than those other 2. It's a little bit more concentrated, and the white color isn't too stark for my skin tone. It just really shows up. Now they did come out with a gold color also. I've considered buying it. I think the gold color isn't really right for me personally, but I'm I'm dying over these designs. They just knocked it out of the park with this one, and I would recommend it. Now I'm gonna swatch it for you. It's not gonna show up like it does on the cheek. It's gonna show up super concentrated, and it's really metallic. It's very metallic looking, but on the cheek it gets a little bit more diffused when you do it with the brush. You can definitely see it. If you had pores, it probably would accentuate it, but if you avoid your highly pored area, then you'll be okay. And I just love this little over sleeve that they give you that you can just keep on there, and it looks so cute. There was one more Burberry thing that I wanted to show you, but I brought the wrong one out here. I wanted to show you the contour pen that they came out with, but I accidentally picked up the Nude Radiance highlighting luminous pen in Fresh Glow that I've had. I don't love this as much as the contouring pen. That's why I wasn't gonna bring it to show you. Let me find a nice spot. Okay, so I love the Fresh Glow. I've had the fluid for a long time, and I love it. I use it all the time. This pen is equally nice looking to use as a highlighter. I just don't like the pen version as much as I like the fluid version. So I wasn't even gonna mention it. I think you can see it right there. You've really gotta diffuse it, because when you put it on, it can look a little bit too much like it's a stripe of a pen. So you've gotta move it around a whole lot to make it look slightly more natural. But again, it's one of those luminous, it's a nice thing. I just prefer the fluid a lot more. So I'm gonna go grab the contour pen, because that's what I wanted to talk about today. They look very similar when they're sitting on your counter, and I grabbed the wrong one. So now let's talk about the Burberry Face Contour Effortless Contouring Pen, Face and Eyes, and I got the color number 01 Medium. There is no light, it's just medium and dark. So this color, probably not gonna be, I'm trying to like hold it in front of my face so that you can see the difference in the color, because it kind of blends in with my hair. But I'll go ahead and put it over here next to the Luminous. So I'm gonna show you how I apply it. It's super simple. I do the little stripes, use my finger or a beauty blender, and in 2 seconds, you're done. And it looks fairly natural, and it's super easy to use. So I'm just gonna add some on this side just to even myself out. It's so easy. I feel like anyone could really use this. You can't really go on. And you can see that it kind of blends out to almost nothing, but it gives you a really nice, subtle look. And it's so fast and easy. You just boop, 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 blend. You don't really have to worry about lines looking harsh on yourself. Now you could probably build it up a little bit more, but it just looks so natural that I'm thinking for summer it's gonna be on point. It's gonna be so quick and easy. It's not exactly a rosy toned brown, but for some reason it just goes really well with my skin tone. I'm pretty pumped about that. And I think it would actually kind of be a chameleon and go really well with a lot of different tones. I don't think it matters if you're golden versus rosy. I think it's gonna work for you. There is a darker shade if you are interested, check that one out. But like I said, that is 01 Medium. And something I've noticed is that it definitely smells like dandelions. When I'm applying it every morning, I think, it smells like a dandelion. So thanks for hanging in there and watching this video. Thank you so much for watching. And I know I've been making videos pretty infrequently, so if you want to see what I'm getting much quicker than a video, check out my Instagram. It's the same name that I have on YouTube. I pretty much post pictures as soon as I get stuff, so you can see them a lot faster than if I ever get around to making a video. So, thank you again for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day and a fantastic springtime. I'll see you again soon, hopefully. No promises, because I have a lot of other things that I kind of wanted to show you guys. But I will see you all later. I hope you're having a great day. Bye.